Good morning to all. Good morning and welcome back on your channel Grow Together. And so today we are here with a very interesting and high demanding session, that is the mock interview. So in this session, we are going to conduct a mock interview. So I'm requesting you to watch this session, and after that we will do a feedback session of this interview. So we'll get the idea how to prepare for the interview and how to frame your questions in a very accurate manner. Okay, and if you also want to give a mock interview, then definitely we can arrange. Just share your information and जो भी आपका mock जो भी आपका actually interview planned हुआ है, share your information in the given email ID, that is growtogether60@gmail.com. I provided this email ID in the description box. You can check as well. Okay. And because definitely if you attend the mock interviews and attend the feedback session and work on these things which is shared in the feedback, and definitely then you can get into a top B school or your dream B school. So in this session today we are here 3 panelists. So first of all, I would like to introduce my panelists. So we are 3 panelists, and I would like to give the introduction of them, a brief introduction actually. So first panelist is Ashish Motwani, and he is the alumni of the MDI Gurgaon. His batch was 2019 and 21, and currently he is working with RITES, that is Rail India Technical and Economic Services, as a HR manager. Okay, the second panelist is Ankit Kumar, and currently, he is studying in IIM Bangalore, batch is 22-24. Previously, he has 3 years of the experience with L&T. And in graduation, he did the Bachelor of Technology, like BTech, Mechanical Engineering from NIT Durgapur. The third panelist is Rakhi Nirwal. Yes, it's me. And काफी सारे students मुझे जानते हैं. So I have more than 9 years of the experience in this education industry. Since 2016, I'm constantly appearing in the CAT exams, and I mentored around 9,000 students over these period of the time. And so let's start. This was the very brief introduction about us. And और जिनका हम interview लेने वाले हैं, he is Shivanshu Mishra. He has the CAP call, and his interview will be conducted on the 18th of Feb. चलिए तो हम लोग इनका इंटरव्यू यहाँ पे स्टार्ट करते हैं. ओके, यस प्लीज. तो अंकित एंड आशीष, यू कैन स्टार्ट. यस प्लीज. I will throw my questions in between.
So Shivanshu, first tell me about yourself. We would like to know about you. So give a brief introduction about yourself.
Very good morning to everyone. Myself Shivanshu Mishra, and I have been born in Ujjaini and brought up there as well. It's a temple town in Madhya Pradesh. My parents have always been teachers throughout their life, and teaching and praying is what they've always known. And their virtues and skills thrown through me, along with my ambivert nature. This has allowed me to excel both and in education as well. And I was particularly intrigued with subjects such which involved coding. So I pursued sciences in my +2, and I have been good at science projects and debate stuff in my grades as well. And I represented my university in my badminton. For the past couple of years, I've been the role of an analyst, where as a core response, been tasked with dealing with real-time production level issues, which involved an SLA and Azure administration, and orchestrating the whole project in a simple fashion as the management requires. Also, I also manage and develop infrastructure for them. So these are the roles, and I like reading as well as I like interest. I have interest in my amateur bodybuilding, calisthenics, and I also identify as an armchair defense and political geek.
Okay, Shivanshu, thanks for the information. Ashish, yeah, you can go next.
Can you share three qualities that your parents have helped you to build on?
So the three qualities I believe it would be discipline, integrity, and firm commitment to whatever words you have promised to someone.
So, Sivanshu, could you please tell us the 5 important skills that describe your personality? Any 5 or 3
Ma'am, I am.
important skills?
Yeah, I will go ahead. Okay. Number one is, ma'am, I'm very disciplined. I think discipline is what makes an individual strong and very different in the society. Number two would be I keep my calm and coolness in whatever hectic situation it is. And number three would be I am very intrigued about everything. I like to do a lot of things, from academics to sports and everything.
So, Sivanshu, you said you are disciplined because many times you said this. So, any incident which show you are actually disciplined? Any incident?
Sure, ma'am. 1.5 years prior, at the end of the COVID, I was 100 kilos and very unfit. But I picked up bodybuilding and gymming as an skill, and I worked upon it every day for the past 1.5 years. And currently, I am 75 kgs and I am jam packed with muscle, whatever physique I like. So this has only been possible because I have been disciplined throughout my journey, and I have worked out 7 days a week, every week, and followed a very stern diet to reach my goal.
Okay. Yes, Ankit, please.
So you said you are into bodybuilding thing, and you have like lose your weight. So I really want to know how would you, if you want to convince a person to start doing the bodybuilding, like you have to convince me that I should start doing the gymming and bodybuilding thing. So how would you convince? How will you go through it? So just give an outline, like how will you go through it?
Firstly, I will just ask you to take it step by step. I won't tell you to come to the gym for 1 year or 6 months. I will just tell you to come to the gym for the next day. Just look forward for the next workout, whatever you are going to do. And secondly, build upon the process, not the outcome. Suppose people feel that they have to get thin, they have to get thin, they have to get thin. That's all their mentality is. But I think they should focus more on their diet and learning how the body works, because if they are aware about this nutrition and body functions, they will automatically be better, more concerned with their diet, and will be better and better.
So my next question is a follow-up of this one. We are recently seeing news of various people dying in the gym because of the heart attacks and all. So what's your take on this? What could be the main reasons on it, or how could you improve if you have been given the power or authority to control the gym of all over India, something like that? So what will you do? Or what was your opinion on that?
Sir, I think the main reason is overexertion. People don't generally know the anatomy of their body, of their current situation, and they overexert themselves in the gym, right? So one must be totally aware about what's the joint condition is, what's the muscle synthesis they have currently in their body, and they have to go for full body checkup regularly, which people in India doesn't do. And the second reason I believe it is use of unauthorized drug use, because steroids have been in use since the invention in the 1940s, since the Second World War. And since then, many unauthorized drugs have been circulated in market. And I have seen adolescents, children, even infant children taking TRT and other stupid drugs. So unregularized and unauthorized drug use is the second reason. I would like to censor that.
Shivanshu, can you tell us about your project on COVID-19 data modeling?
Okay, sir, that was a long time ago, and it was a joint effort. Basically, what we did is we took the various data that was available in national research centers across the world for various countries, and we used Python as a language to develop a simple graph-like models to predict how many cases, how many cases these further it will rise, and what impact it will have on various age groups.
And what were the challenges that you faced in that project?
Sir, the challenges were, I believe, our model was not fairly very accurate. I believe the data that we were feeding varied a lot because different organizations and different individual had different methods of collecting their data. So data invariability was a major issue for us.
So how did you then overcome this problem?
So we standardized the data that we took. We only took data from national governments, but there was also an issue that because many of the governments, because of the political pressure, they were undercounting the data. So it was an issue, but we overcome it by having data from a trusted source only, from trusted governments only.
Okay. And who was the coordinating body for this project?
Sir, it was a coordinating body, I suppose. I'm not very sure what you're talking about, sir. Can you please repeat?
Like who gave you this project and from India who was coordinating this project?
Sir, it was just me and my fourth year colleagues, and we were building this project for our annual project of this college.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Okay, Shivanshu, so you are working with a very renowned organization that is Cognizant. So why are you switching your career as a management instead of the technical field?
Ma'am, this is because of my role. As a role, I have to, it requires a lot of negotiation skills because I have to set up with the different teams and different developing individuals to reach upon a goal. And I think the current skill that the current role that I'm very interested in, that is in human resource management and organizational behavior. This role has particularly a lot of intersection points with what I currently do. So I would like to learn more about this and build a career upon it.
Any particular instance where there was an ethical dilemma for you, and how did you overcome the situation?
Sir, I have not faced any ethical dilemma till now. I'm sorry, I'm not able to. I cannot, fabricate a situation right like this.
Put yourself in a situation where there is some personal objective, or let's example for say you have some individual deliverable versus there is a team deliverable that also needs to be done. So what would be your priority and how would you decide?
Sir, as I said, I like integrity, and integrity has been. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, continue.
Sir, I would focus more on the organizational deliverable, the team deliverable, because that's what the commitment that I have made for the organization, and I believe organizational growth will have some intersection points, and it would also help me in my personal growth as well, because I made a prior commitment and I have integrity, so I will prefer the team growth from over my individual growth.
Yeah, Shivanshu, did you face any conflict in your work ex? And how did you resolve it? Like with your teammates or your with the bosses also. So is there any situation that you want to tell us?
Sir, my team has been very, very, very supportive for me, and yeah, there have been instances where we have created conflicts, but I believe a mutual consensus has always been reached among us, and we mutually discussed the issue that we were facing, and we reached upon a general goal, and my manager has been very concerned with this, and he has taken my point of view as well as other team members point of view as well in all the decision making that we have done. So consensus is what we have worked upon.
Tell me something, three interesting points, three interesting things about your home city that I really don't know.
Okay, sir, Ujjaini, I was born there. So it has Mahakaleshwar, that is one of the Jyotirlings, a very famous Jyotirlings. Second is it's the second cleanest city in all of India. And the first cleanest is just side by side to it, that is Indore. And the third is Poha Jalebi, right? You must have heard Poha Jalebi and Sev. That's a very famous cuisine from there. So that's very famous there. And the Poha there
How
is
many
sweet.
Jyotirlings are there in India total? Do you know?
I think there are 16 Jyotirlings. I'm not very sure.
Have you been to these Jyotirlings which are in Ujjain?
So the Ujjaini Jyotirling we are talking about, Mahakaleshwar. I have been there to like every Monday for like years of the time that I have spent there. So going to that temple was a weekly thing, was a very strict weekly thing for me during my childhood days.
What is the concept behind these Jyotirling?
Sir, it is said that when Ma Sati died, Lord Shiva took her body and roamed around the earth, and parts of her body fell in places, and these places were later known as Jyotirlings.
Okay.
Shivanshu,
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Nini, yes. Please continue.
Shivanshu, tell us about a situation where you have shown some leadership qualities or you have driven any particular thing or any project. And
So last December only, we were involved in a series of cost cutting incidents, and I was leading a small team, a very small team of about two or three members, including me, and we did a lot of cost cutting, and our client was really happy about this. We actually saved about $150,000 for the client this way.
Okay. So Sivansu, you mentioned in your document you are constantly followers of the defense and political news. So could you please tell us how much budget is allocated to the defense in 2023-24?
It is 5.96 lakh crores. Sorry.
So it is increased from the last year or decreased from the last year?
Ma'am, budget is always increased, but the budget as a percentage, the defense budget as a percentage of the whole budget, that has seen a decrease. But since our economy is rising and our GDP is growing, that overall amount has increased.
Okay, so ki defense is an area where is no profit is coming, right? It's just a liability, it's not the assets. So did you agree with this budget? It's a huge budget, 5.94 lakh crore for only for the defense system. So are you agree with this budget? It should be more or it should be less?
Ma'am, I think this is the ideal amount. Defense is something that is very crucial for a nation's national security, and the armed forces, right? It's the and it extends our hard power everywhere around the world. Soft power is culture and all, but the hard power that country needs for its position on the world, that is its military and armed forces. And I believe the budget is ideal. Anything less would be not good for armed forces, and anything more would be the government does infrastructure building and all. So this is just the ideal amount, I think.
Okay.
2% of GDP it is.
Okay. So Sivanshu, what nowadays what is the news which is trending?
Okay, ma'am, Adani Hindenburg has been in news. Then I think the Turkish earthquake that has hit southern Turkey as well as parts of Syria, that has been in news. And yeah, these two that comes to my mind right now.
And anything about the Chat GPT? Why the Chat GPT AI tools has captured attention and controversy?
Yes, ma'am. It has been developed by OpenAI, and artificial intelligence initiative that was developed in like 2014. and that has just gone global. And this Chat GPT is their chat bot, and this generates AI related answers to whatever a user has to question him.
Okay. Yes, please. Ankit and Ashish.
Shivanshu, what do you think is the impact of situation like Adani Hindenburg situation on the economy?
Sir, in the short term, when we see it, it might come to us that uh, it might have a negative perception about the Indian industries all over the world. But in long term, when we see it, when we put it in perspective, I think Indian economy has always been growing sincerely, and betting against the Indian economy has never been fruitful. So this stock crash that Adani has faced, it was just a general market thing, and I think we should put it behind, and it won't have much impact in the future for us.
Do you think that these scams and frauds, if they happen to be true, uh, what impact do they create in an economy and in the stock market of a country?
Uh, Sir, there's a loss of trust in that particular industry as per se, and the foreign direct investment rise that comes in, that gets affected a bit. But in the long run, I don't think there's much of an issue, because scams and all that have been part since the world economy has opened. Just we need to put regulations in further strict regulations to make sure the common man, the general people's money is not scammed about. Okay.
Which is the regulatory body of India for in any kind of investment in the stock market?
I think it's NSE, National Stock Exchange. I'm not sure is the answer.
Okay. Can you tell us which particular college would you be more interested in the CAP group?
Sir, I would like to study in IIM Ranchi. I have heard their analytics program has been doing really well, and human resource and analytics is what I think I can contribute the most to. So I would like to study that.
What made you develop a particular interest in human resources?
So the current pursuing, right? That made me understand the skill set, which requires a lot of negotiation, decision making, and critical thinking. These are the skill set that more intersect with the skill that's required in HR and organizational behavior. So I would like to work on this and study this.
Can you list out 3 weaknesses of yours?
Sure, sir. Mm, the first weakness I think is I have been the jack of many trades and master of none. I have tried my hands on many of his skills, but I have never been excelled in something that I would really like. Maybe I have shifted the goal post, or my goals have been bigger, but I have never been content with whatever skill set that I have in a particular thing I do. And second would be sometimes, only sometimes, I think my behavior is a bit transactional, especially when it comes to skill and knowledge. And if I see that I am nothing to gain with respect to knowledge or skill set in a particular activity or a particular person, I just try to shrug it off. But that impacts me as an individual. So I'm working on these current two weaknesses.
Shivanshu, as we are talking about transactional things, what value would you bring to our institute?
Sir, I think number one would be discipline. As I said, I'm a big discipline thing. So number two would be integrity. I think for business related things, integrity is very crucial, and I have been a very integral person throughout my life. And third would be my co-curricular. I love I can play guitar. I like reading books. I'm an anchor. I have always been an anchor, and sports is something that I'm really excelled at. So all my co-curriculars as well.
So, in any particular situation, when you are about to anchor in a front of any particular audience, what all things do you keep in your mind?
Okay. First of all, I do not get scared off by my own voice. It has happened a couple of times that when you listen to your voice for the first time, or after a long time in the mic, you get scared a bit. So that's the thing. And the second thing I do is never look at the same group of people uh, continuously, because they show a lot of facial expressions, and that may affect your presentation. So I try to gaze upon different groups of people at different point of time. Third is I might look at them, but I never pay attention to what they're feeling and what their facial expression is, because that may also affect one's mentality while presenting. So I just present to myself. I make sure that I present to myself.
So what management skills do you learn from doing the workout and gymming? So what management skills have you learned from there?
Mm, Sir, and okay. Sir, I have learned consistency. Okay, consistency is very crucial, and second is commitment. Because if we don't have one thing, these two things in an organization perspective as well, the organization gets astray. So consistency and persistence.
Okay.
The third would, yeah,
What do
the
you
third
do?
point would be okay. Sure.
No. Say. Please go ahead.
The third point would be, bite what you can chew. If I'm at a workout, if I lift heavier weights that my body can tolerate, or I push myself over the limit, it might affect my growth as an individual also. It might hamper my growth and decrease my muscle synthesis. So that the same thing goes for an organization as well. That whatever development plan one must have, it should be sustainable, and it should neither be less nor be more. It should be just a sustainable amount.
Okay.
Shivanshu, any interesting thing which is not highlighted in your CV?
Sir, I'm trying to learn Spanish.
I guess that would be all from our end. Any questions that you have for us, Shivanshu?
No, Ashish, I'm also
Uh,
done.
no.
Yes, Ankit, please.
No, ma'am.
Okay, Shivanshu, do you want to ask anything from us? Any
No, ma'am,
question
I'm
you
all
have
good.
in your mind?
Nothing as such. No, thank you.
Okay, so one last question from our side. If I give an opportunity to you to be an interviewer just for a few minutes, a few seconds, what would you like to ask from us?
That's interesting
Feel like
question.
you are interviewer.
I will possibly tell you to impress me in 15 seconds. Anything you can say, just impress me in 15 seconds.
Yes, Ashish, would you like to give the answer?
So, I'm a palmist and numerologist, and so I'm also into Reiki, which is another occult science. And so I'm gradually developing my plethora of occult sciences. And so sometimes to meet in person, I can definitely guide you on that. So, Shivanshu, can you tell us something that impresses us in 15 seconds?
Uh, okay, I wasn't expecting this. Sir, I have a lot of singing and guitaring skills, right? I have been presenting songs throughout my undergrad life, and I'm also interested with this palm thing, but I'm basically a fake because I basically use it to impress girls. Okay, and third is I like horse riding.
I guess that's it from our side, ma'am.
Yes, yes, Ankit. Yes, yes, Ivansu, we are done. So thank you so much. And I'm sending a new link. Please join with using that link because that's we would like to give the some feedback. Okay. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ankit. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you so much to be a part of this interview. I'm just sending the new link for the feedback.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.